Another video, and it looked like Caitlin Clark has landed a huge win against the WNBA and possibly her treatment.
Kathy Angelberg definitely didn't see this coming. The WNBA's classic "everything is fine" routine has officially blown up. Caitlin Clark didn't just win on the court. She may have scored a bigger win off it. The same league that tried to gloss over that assault incident is now getting hit with some well-deserved karma. So who handled this situation worse, the league or the players? Drop your thoughts below, because this is a masterclass in how not to manage a crisis.
A lot of people feel as if Erin Kane and their company hasn't been standing up for Caitlin when it comes to her getting off the ball, when it comes to referees, when it comes to the disrespect from players and the league, and the way Kathy sneaked this in, and all these said things that is steady happening.
Let's be honest. If ignoring reality were an Olympic sport, Kathy Angelberg and the WNBA would be taking home gold. When Caitlin Clark got shoved, actually body-checked like a linebacker, the league treated it like just another Tuesday. The refs acted like they didn't see a thing. The commentators pretended replays didn't exist. And the WNBA's official page? Silent. Completely silent.
And Caitlin Clark are talking to the official. They're both going at it saying, hey. Oh.
You could practically hear the PR team whispering, "If we don't talk about it, maybe everyone will move on." Except no one moved on. Fans lit up social media. ESPN anchors had no choice but to cover it. Even casual viewers were asking, why is nobody addressing this? Because when a rookie who just boosted your TV ratings by 300% gets shoved on national television, you don't get to play the nothing to see here card. But Kathy Angelberg did, proudly. And for weeks, the WNBA locked itself into full damage control mode. Players dismissed fans as haters. Reporters were blocked from locker rooms for asking basic questions. And Caitlin? She stayed silent. No emotional posts. No complaints. No theatrics. She just kept showing up, dropping points, and acting like the league's silence didn't get under her skin. And that is what rattled them. Because here's the truth. Silence is powerful when you're winning. And Caitlin kept winning. Every interview, every sold-out arena, every TV milestone. She became the one story the WNBA couldn't spin, couldn't control, and definitely couldn't ignore. The same media the league once used to downplay her fans suddenly couldn't get enough of her.
I had to talk about a story that's very, very important. And albeit indirectly, it involves Caitlin Clark, the Department of Justice, and quite possibly the President of the United States himself. Somebody got to say it, so I'm going to say it. But the one thing I will not do is take credit for this. I am looking at the Wall Street Journal.
Then everything shifted. Reports leaked that Clark and her team had quietly spoken with legal advisors after the incident went viral again. This time pulling in millions of views and experts openly labeling it assault. And the moment that word entered the discussion, the entire situation changed. This wasn't a sports argument anymore. That IT turned into a workplace safety issue, a legal risk, and a full-blown PR crisis. Kathy Angelberg, who usually looks calm and in control, suddenly found herself under real pressure. Sponsors, the ones writing the big checks, wanted answers. They didn't invest in a league that looked more like a fight montage. And right on cue, the official review magically appeared. The same review that didn't exist for nearly 3 weeks. The WNBA released a neat statement saying they'd taken the right steps and that sportsmanship matters, which basically meant, we're still not doing anything, but please stop talking about this. But fans didn't stop, media didn't stop, and Clark's camp didn't stop either. Behind closed doors, her team pushed back quietly but firmly. They asked for basic protections, no targeted hits, and actual enforcement of the league's own rules. Simple stuff. The kind of thing a professional league should already have covered. But that's when the pressure really cracked through. Sponsors started sending worried emails. Networks questioned safety terms in their contracts. And suddenly, the WNBA had to make a choice. Admit they ignored a serious incident, or pretend they'd been handling it from day one. And of course, they picked the "we've been on top of this all along" excuse. But now Caitlin had something more powerful than any press release. She had the fans, the momentum, and the kind of market impact the league can't afford to ignore.
And unmarketable. Instead of protecting its transformative star, the league's leadership ignores the relentless targeting of Ms. Clark, treating its greatest asset as if she were a PR headache. That approach could turn into a legalized.
Every arena she stepped into, the crowd chanted her name. Opposing teams were booed the moment they tried anything dirty. Clips went viral nonstop, and the same media that once hesitated to call out favoritism suddenly switched sides. People started asking real questions. Why is the league protecting aggressors instead of its biggest star? Why does Kathy Engelbert only act when the public forces her to? Then came the headline that broke the internet. Caitlin Clark wins league review. WNBA revises player conduct rules after public backlash. This wasn't a win about apologies or suspensions. It was about forcing the WNBA to admit one thing they'd avoided for months. Clark was right. For the longest time, the league treated her like a PR problem. Now they were rewriting their rulebook because of her. And Engelbert? She had to stand at that podium and pretend these changes were part of the league's long-standing commitment to fairness. Even though everyone knew this only happened because Clark made it impossible to ignore. Translation: we messed up, and now we're scrambling to fix it before it hits court documents. It's almost poetic. The same commissioner who tried to downplay the Caitlin Clark effect ended up being schooled by it. Because let's be honest, if it weren't Caitlin, none of this would have blown up. If it were a mid-tier rookie, the story would have died in a day. But Clark brought too much money, too much attention, and too many eyes for the WNBA to hide. And Engelbert knows it. That's why lately she's been bending over backward in interviews, trying to sound supportive, calling Caitlin a transformative player and vital to the league's growth. Yeah, because nothing says vital like ignoring someone until lawyers get involved. And here's where it gets even more interesting. This incident didn't just divide fans, it split players too. Some of Clark's teammates quietly started defending her in post-game interviews, saying the hate has gone too far. Others tried blaming media hype for the tension, but the locker rooms were no longer united under the anti-hype banner. Clark's professionalism began winning people over. No drama, no shade, just showing up and outplaying the noise. That's when Engelbert realized Caitlin's silence carried more power than the WNBA's press team. The league thought this would fade after a few headlines, a weak press release, and some "we support all players" quotes, but instead it became a full reality check on Engelbert's management. Suddenly, networks that once ran "Caitlin Clark needs to toughen up" were now asking if the WNBA failed to protect its biggest star. Gaslighting fans works for a week or two, but once the receipts pile up, spin won't save you. And for Engelbert, the receipts were everywhere. Game clips replayed on every sports show, podcasts tearing into her leadership, even former NBA players weighing in. Charles Barkley and Stephen A. Smith didn't hold back. They weren't defending Caitlin because she's a rookie. They were calling out the glaring double standard. If someone shoved LeBron James like that, there'd be a fine, a suspension, and a media circus. For Caitlin, the league barely reacted. The more she dominated on the court, the worse Engelbert looked, because nothing exposes poor leadership faster than a player thriving despite it. Caitlin's silence made her appear calm, mature, and laser-focused, while the league looked like the chaotic mess she was forced to clean up after every game. By the time the WNBA finally updated its code of conduct, the moment for control had passed. Fans had already decided the real story. Caitlin Clark was assaulted, the league ignored it, and only acted when the backlash hit their pockets. That wasn't growth, it was desperation. Sponsors noticed too. Nike, Gatorade, Wilson, and other brands tied to the league started scrutinizing how their logos were associated with the controversy. None wanted to be linked to a league that couldn't protect its stars. Behind-the-scenes pressure ramped up because in modern sports, sponsors often hold more power than commissioners. When advertisers threaten to pull campaigns or reconsider partnerships, action happens fast. So when Engelbert finally issued a joint press release praising Clark's professionalism and reaffirming athlete safety standards, it wasn't about morals, it was about money. Still, Clark handled it all with poise. In a recent interview, she laughed about how she used to get nervous before matches, saying she now feels exactly where she's supposed to be. And it was clear she wasn't just talking about tennis, but about being in control. She finally had it. And in an ironic twist, Engelbert helped her get there. Every time the league tried to sideline her story, it only made her more famous. Every ignored foul, every awkward press conference became more sympathy, more fans, and more fuel for the Caitlin Clark brand. Even rival players shifted their tone. Those who mocked her college fan base now spoke of respecting her growth, and the ones who doubted her league readiness were silenced by the numbers, attendance, ratings, jersey sales, all skyrocketing. The irony is sharp. The player they tried to downplay became the unstoppable force. But Engelbert hasn't really changed, and the WNBA still faces the same problem. Run more like a PR project than a professional league, with every story filtered through narrative management. When Clark wins, it's framed as a team effort. When she loses, it's labeled a rookie's reality check. That bias didn't start this year, but she exposed it effortlessly. Fans are now demanding transparency, fair officiating, better player protection, and consistent discipline, the bare minimum for any league claiming professionalism. For Engelbert, that spells danger, accountability. The one thing she spent her tenure avoiding. Admit mistakes, and suddenly you're judged by results. And her track record hasn't been flattering. Teams folding, players complaining about pay, and leadership under scrutiny. This controversy exposed just how poorly the league's leadership handles pressure. But Caitlin Clark changed the equation. She brought in a new generation of fans who don't care about old loyalties or league politics. They care about fairness in the game, and they call out hypocrisy when they see it. That's what scares the WNBA most. This new audience can't be spun. They saw the incident, they saw the silence, and now they've seen Clark win on and off the court. Her calmness became her biggest weapon. While Engelbert scrambled with damage control, Clark did what she does best, winning. Every interview now reminds everyone that she's the face of the league, whether Engelbert likes it or not, talking about prayer, gratitude, and staying grounded. Things the league can't fake in a press statement. That's what makes Caitlin Clark unstoppable. You can't outspin authenticity. Engelbert knows she can't control Clark. She can only try to keep up. When people say Clark won, they aren't just talking about a review or rule change. They're talking about a shift in power. For the first time in years, fans, not the commissioner, are shaping the league. Engelbert thought Clark was just another star. She didn't realize she was a turning point. Now, every WNBA player steps on the court in the league Clark forced into being, one that finally has to care about fairness, visibility, and accountability. Engelbert must replay that press conference in her mind. Realizing the league she tried to control slipped away to a 23-year-old with a jump shot and calm authority. Clark didn't yell, sue, or post outrageously. She just kept playing. That quiet strength exposed an entire league office. Instant regret doesn't even cover it. Engelbert underestimated Clark and the loyalty, intelligence, and voice of the fans. Every PR statement, fake apology, and "we value fairness" line now sounds hollow next to Clark's calm words. "I'm happy with where I am. I've worked for this life." That's not just confidence, that's control, and it's something the WNBA commissioner will never have again.